Hey guys, how's it going? Matt here with the JaYoe Nation. I just arrived at the airport here in Chongqing. I'm about to go back to Ningbo. I figured it might be nice to do an end cap. Like, how was the Chongqing trip? It was quite interesting. More impressive than I thought it was going to be. If you guys watch my channel from way back, you know I'm normally cycling around trying to make my way from China to the United States on a recumbent trike. COVID-19 came and kind of trapped me in Ningbo in China. One jaunt I did to America to try to, like, right in the beginning phases of it, but then I noticed America wasn't handling it very well, so I came back to China, and I've been here, and it was sort of getting stagnated. So when the opportunity arose to go to Chongqing, sort of was more than up for it. A bit about the trip to Chongqing. It had been sort of a trip that many YouTubers in my China YouTuber community had been offered. Basically, the city of Chongqing is trying an interesting marketing strategy, which is like inviting YouTubers to the city. Then they cover the cost of the events as they show you around the city, and in return, hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? We regret to announce that the boarding gate for flight CA4001 to Tianjin has been changed to...
My flight is delayed, actually. I'm looking at my gate. We should have been boarded already, so that's why I'm kind of doing this. Anyways, basically a subsidiary of the tourism board, iChongqing, like an online media service, thought that would be good. You bring some people in with a media presence, you show them around the city, and in return they get content for their videos, you get content for your city. It's sort of a win-win. The benefit lies actually more on Chongqing, I think, than even us YouTubers. We get great stories to tell, but the amount of drone footage I took and the amount of interesting content I've provided, or by the time you see this video have shown you, is pretty vast. So I'm hoping that other cities in China can kind of absorb my downtime here while I'm not cycling. And move this a little closer. And they can sort of and in English.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
So I think Chongqing actually got the lion's share of the benefit from this. I would hope that other cities maybe in China can offer me similar things. We're talking about Wenzhou, maybe some other cities. Invite a YouTuber out there, show them around, and then in turn you get some good content and they get some good publicity and good content as well. After the iChongqing thing ended, I wanted to personally go and see the Three Gorges Dam with my own two eyes. I've been to North Korea, saw it with my own two eyes. I've been to a number of places that are fairly significant and seen them with my own two eyes. And it's helpful to actually go and experience these places. The Three Gorges Dam had been in the news for a long time. There's been some flooding and some tragic flooding in central China. And ideally, I would have liked to have gone to some of these villages that were recovering from the flooding at the end of July, but I just couldn't figure out a way to arrange it. But the Three Gorges Dam is a tourist spot, and the ability to go out there was available. And so did it, and it was quite nice. There's a guy taking my picture. Hello. Hello. And so yeah, it was nice. I was able to see the dam. One of the things, the dam is, I thought it was going to be sort of shorter and longer, because 2.3 kilometers is a very long distance, but 180 meters tall. It's very tall, but it was a lot, I guess it was a lot taller than I imagined, and so it looked smaller, because I was thinking it was going to look thinner and very, very, very long. But man, that thing's beefy. I mean, beefy. And it was very reassuring to see it. Obviously, I didn't go there with seismic equipment and calipers and things like this. There's only so much I'm capable of doing. But from simply taking a stance and looking at it, it sure did alleviate my sort of original concern that maybe it wasn't as structurally sound as it could be. Obviously everything will decay over time, but I don't think the Three Gorges Dam is set for any sort of demise anytime soon. So that answered my question. Another person that wanted to see it, that had talked to me, was Lee Barrett and his son Oli. And so they said, hey, if you're going to go to the dam, let us know. Maybe we'll fly up and we'll go with you. So it sort of worked out. We made a few collaborative videos, and I got some good content out of it. I have a ton of videos. You guys have hopefully seen many videos by now, and this is the good end cap. Chongqing is pretty cool. I had been here for a wedding a number of years ago, I think 2012, and coming here recently really was a completely different experience. I ate some fantastic food. The countryside is beautiful. It reminds me a lot of Guilin in that it's just a lot of like ups and downs and mountains. The city itself is moving up and down, actually more than Yangshuo, more than Guilin. Once you got into the downtown of Guilin, the city was pretty flat and it had these dimples, whereas Chongqing was pretty much always moving up or moving down, or you were at the top or you were at the trough. And so that was a lot of fun to see the city, to see a different city. Ningbo is a city that I have spent most of my time in China, and it's quite flat. It's on the coast, and as you get sort of towards the coast, things sort of flatten out a little bit. That's not obviously all of China. There are definitely some coastal areas that are very undulating, but Ningbo is not one of them. So it was quite cool. The people are very nice. The women are beautiful. There's a stigma that, not a stigma, stigma is a bad thing, right? There's just a rumor, a note that Chongqing has a lot of beautiful women. That is very true. So that's good. And then it was very hot, sort of blistering. Today was very hot, and yeah. The city is modern and continuing to grow, but it has some interesting like artsy areas and also some interesting overgrown areas that could use a little extra attention. There's a whole lot more to Chongqing than I showed you this last week. A whole lot more, and maybe someday I could return there, but the world is so vast and so big. There's a million other places that I could go that I haven't explored yet, and so hopefully I can get to some new places. I always like to go something new, but if I was to have to go there, there are some areas I would have really liked to have taken some time and explored. My flight is supposed to leave in 15 minutes, and okay, they're opening the doors. They're opening the Bombay doors, and people are walking to the gate. So I'm going to wrap it up. My time in Chongqing was great. It was a good opportunity to go and shed some light on some places and some food and culture that I hadn't explored as thoroughly as I had thought. Chongqing had a lot of surprises. So thank you, iChongqing, for the opportunity. Thank you, Alex from Reportify Media, for connecting us in the first place. He was critical in setting this thing up. Thank you, Lee and Oli Barrett, for spending some time with me. And before Lee and Oli Barrett, thanks to Alex Absolute and my buddy Jim. Jim is an Instagram photographer who takes pictures with big film cameras, and he had a lot of fun meeting him and exploring the city with him. And Alex Absolute is a YouTuber, and all of their links are below. I encourage you to check out their recent or their videos here in Chongqing specifically, because beyond Jim, who you can go to his Instagram and see his photographs that he took here, but for the Barretts and Alex Absolute, we exchanged a lot of footage. I used some of theirs, they used some of mine, and we're all going home to edit using a variety of shots from each other. And so it'll be very interesting to see how Lee and Oli Barrett interpret the visit, and how me, Alex Absolute, interprets the visit, and how I interpret my visit, and how a bunch of the other YouTubers who went there during this time interpret their visit. Should be cool. So again, thank you very much and appreciate it. I'll be back in Ningbo. I got a bunch of content. I think that I'm ready now to start delivering you my old cycling videos, and once I finish catching up on all of that, we'll be on to new and bigger and better things. Hopefully there's not some crazy political or social crazy China news that I'm going to have to cover. But I'm guessing there will be, and that will interrupt my whole schedule. But thanks a lot, guys. JaYoe, have a good one, and stay safe. I hope by the time you see this, the world has sort of calmed down a little bit. And we'll talk to you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
You may. That's not a nice finger. You can do this one where it's pointing. Today we're in the mountains of Fenghua, and we're staying at a beautiful hotel called the Nanyuan. I'm going to show you around the Nanyuan Hotel, and you'll enjoy the time that we enjoy here. You might find it's a little bit more glamorous than you might imagine if you've never been here to China.
Take it for me. I don't want to take it for me.
Try it, honey.
No.
We're doing some cricket hunting outside of the restaurant.
Wow. There. Where? Spiders make webs.
This is our place. Oh, He-cha. Oh, I would like to drink some tea. We came here with our friends, so we kind of split the bill. So it's not so bad for a nice retreat. If you take a bath in there, you're pretty much leaving yourself open to the neighbors. Look at you, honey. You are a mermaid. Is it fun? Oh, I'm going underwater. I'm going under. Now it's time to go to play on the trampoline. Eva and JoJo jumping on the bed. Yeah, China has like the market covered on really, really unique hotel setups. Like this place with their tree houses. Huh?
You did eat marshmallows?
I used to eat marshmallows. Do you like marshmallows?
Yeah.